What's up, good people? It's Larry Jones. Welcome back to Stock Up. If you're new, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can make money with the rest of us this year. We're going to knock the ball out of the park, all right? For those of you that's been rolling with me, go ahead and hit the like button. We're going to discuss Gamestop. We're going to discuss AMC and Koss. A lot of you, it's been under the radar, but it's doing the same thing as the rest of these. That and more in 30 seconds. First, let's talk about GameStop and AMC, right? I'm going to say something that's very unpopular, and then I'm going to say something that's very unpopular, but it's going to help you guys to make money. If you're in GameStop or AMC or Koss, I'm going to tell you, take your money and run. Now, having said that, I agree with the movement. I absolutely agree with the movement. The hedge fund managers have been doing this, manipulating the market for years. They have millions of followers. They have the power to drive a stock up. They have the power to drive a stock down. And for the feds, I hope I don't get in trouble for saying this. So you got the feds that will come in, and now they're just looking. But if they start to regulate the movement, and not regulate the hedge fund managers, it's just not fair. And now you have the apps, you have the Robinhood that's like restricting your trading. That's not fair. It's just not fair. What's good for the goose is good for the, y'all know how that goes. But it's just not fair. And I agree with you guys. But remember, we want to be smart and make money. I'm going to talk about a few things. Instead of having it on the teleprompter, I got some paper because I just want to get this information out, right? So GameStop, it started with GameStop, right? Then they went to AMC, and now they're on Koss. Koss, I know, I don't know if it's Koss or whatever, but they make headphones. And who use these headphones? The same people that are gamers. And so now it's been climbing. I've been watching it over the last 3 days. Here's a shot. Pre-market, it was up 480%. That's crazy. So I will tell you guys this. When the institutions are not making money and they're losing money, so some of these big hedge fund managers are tanking. They're losing big billions of dollars. And, they play the game. They get dirty, too. They get splashed, too. So now what has happened is the millennials have become the whales. Isn't it funny how the tide changes? And now the millennials are the whales, and they caused this to happen. And, I don't know how to feel about this. I'm always for the underdog. So I think it's cool. It's dangerous, but it's cool. What kind of trouble? Good trouble. Right. And so the millennials are right. So the millennials, for those of you that don't know what's going on, I'm going to play this short video and this is going to explain exactly what's happening. This came on my local news this morning.
Yet again yesterday, thanks to a growing group of young, mostly male amateur day traders taking on some of Wall Street's most powerful hedge funds in an epic David versus Goliath showdown. The young speculators, inspired by a community on Reddit called Wall Street Bets, followed by over 4 million readers. Post to Wall Street Bets recently exposed a serious exploitable vulnerability in GameStop stock. A number of influential Wall Street investors were heavily shorting it, which meant they were betting the stock would crash.
You borrow shares of the stock and you sell it. And if the price goes down, then you can buy it back at that lower price and pocket that difference. But if you're wrong and the shares go up, then you're going to have to buy back the stock at that higher price, and that difference is a loss for you. That's painful.
As it turns out, the Wall Street titans were wrong. Very wrong. 19-year-old JP Hurtado and others started buying, sending GameStop soaring. JP, a student at the University of Illinois at Chicago who never traded a single stock until a year ago, bought about $8,000 of GameStop using the app Robinhood, and says by the close of Wednesday it was worth $82,000. With amateurs like him profiting, hedge fund titans have lost an estimated $5 billion.
So you got the millennials who are upset at the baby boomers. You know, this is a whole movement for those of you that don't know, you older heads that don't know. This is a whole movement. The millennials is saying, you know, we're tired of your politics. You're leaving us a messed up earth. You guys are lied to us. And now you're manipulating the money. So the millennials are getting together and they're saying, hey, if we all stick together, we could be a whale. And so that's really what's happening if you just take a bird's eye view. So now the millennials are doing what the hedge fund managers have been doing for years and been making billions and trillions of dollars for years. And so they're leveraging the playing ground. So now it's like the hypocrisy of the hedge fund managers, and the feds have to be careful now. And so here's what's happening. Robinhood and TD Ameritrade have been restricting, I think TD Ameritrade, but I believe it's true. They're restricting the amount of shares that you could buy in GameStop. And Robinhood is absolutely doing it. That's factual. And it's wrong. How can you, if you allow me to use the platform and you tell me I can buy these shares, but then when I'm making money, now you're telling me I can't make shares. Just like the kid on the video you just saw. He turned 8,000 into 80,000. So now the institutions are saying, hey, you know, man, what's going on? You know, we had this system. It's been working for us. Now it's not working. I know this is controversial, but it's true. And so my hat's off to the millennials. And, you know, a lot of people just talk bad about the millennials. I'm going to say this real quick and we're going to keep it going. There's a lot of, some millennials have a sense of entitlement and all of that. But the fact is, the millennials have way more talent than the baby boomers ever have. And me, I'm not a baby boomer. And the millennials, they just have so much talent. I have 2 millennials that are daughters, okay? And they are way more talented. They get around a cause. And sometimes they don't care about the money, right? They care more about the cause than the money, right? So I'm going to look at my other notes. Oh, yeah. Meanwhile, Apple comes out and has a killer quarter. Killer. They made 111 billion last quarter. 111 billion. They blow out everybody's what everybody thought they were going to do. They blew it out. Knocked the ball out of the park. And what's happening with Apple? Flat, trading sideways. So I took these notes so you guys could know what's going on. Having said all of that, what is our takeaway, right? What is our takeaway? I'm telling you guys, if you're in GameStop, if you're in AMC, and if you're in KOSS, take your money and run. It's going to fall sharp. It's not going to be a slow, it's not going to be a parabolic. It's going to be a sharp sell-off. They coming for you. I'm glad you did it. I'm like, hey, make that money. I'm being honest with you. And now that I look at the whole picture, I'm like, I'm happy you guys did it. So now we have to have the same fair tools as the hedge fund managers. And they got it blocked up to where you have to have billions of dollars to have the same tools that they have. And it's unfair. So now we're leveling the playing ground. And stocks, you know, this is not your grandmother's stocks. And how old your grandma have to be? Last year. The whole game is changing so quickly, people. But don't get fearful. Get smart. We're going to make money. I'm almost all the way back from where I was yesterday, the loss. And it's because the type of stock that I'm in and my moves I made when it was a bloodbath yesterday. And that's why I say panic selling is never good. Here's what I predict, and here's what I think is going to happen. I just think, I could be wrong, right? I think that by Monday, these three stocks are going to look totally different than where they are now. So that's why I say if you made your money like this kid that turned 80 to 80, take your money and run. And if he was smart, he would have sold out of Gamestop and got into KOSS and made that run up and turn that 80 into 100 and then pop and get out, because they're coming for you. I'm telling you, they're coming for you. They got you got Robinhood, TD Ameritrade, and all of them restricting how much you can get. And I think that this market, this slight correction, I think it's the beginning of a correction. I think by Tuesday, remember, Friday's market, and then you got the weekend for people to really think and cool off. There's generally on a week like this, there's a lot of panic over the weekend. I think Monday or Tuesday, definitely by Tuesday, I think things will be good. So what you should be doing right now is looking at what stock to buy. Eventually, even though people say Apple is overvalued, I'm investing in Apple. It's going to pop. Every stock is overvalued. I'm actually not big. I'm just not all in. I'm just starting to buy some positions of more positions of Apple, because Apple's coming. Apple's coming. And so I'm buying a little more of that. I doubled down on some stuff yesterday, and I'm back up today. And there's mergers that's going to happen. I believe that CCIV merger is going to happen, but they want to drum up a lot of news, right? Publicity. And now this is taken away from their publicity. So I think that they're going to move it down the road a little bit. They're going to push it back. And yesterday and last night, it was a buying opportunity. So I bought a little more. I'm not telling you guys to do it. I'm not your financial advisor. And then VGAC. I just see VGAC is going to pop. So when it was going down yesterday, I bought a little more of the VGAC, because that's a SPAC that's going to happen. To me, it's in the same position as CCIV. So I'm positioning myself to make money when this is over. So that's why I say when it's red, it's time to buy. And for those of you that just have a Robinhood app, I personally like Webull better than Robinhood, and I'm going to start probably offering Webull, but also have an app like Fidelity. I like Fidelity. Fidelity is not paying me a dime. I don't have anything to do with Fidelity, but I like the platform. And I would suggest you guys open up a Fidelity or a Schwab, TD Ameritrade. And I'm starting to get a little cold on that. I don't like the move they're making right now. But Fidelity I like. It's my top platform. And I will tell you guys, we are going to make a lot of money. All right. So just to recap, if you have GMC, AMC, Gme, AMC, or KOSS, take your money and run. It's going to tank. It's going to tank. And I believe BlackBerry is going to have a pullback. And I believe it's going to pull back. I think the hype is over. I had a friend out there, Tanya Ray, hope you're listening. And Angie Ray, hope you're listening. Hope you sold. I told you that I pray that you sold. I was like, take your money and run. She was in it before it tanked. I know she had it. I don't know how long she had it, probably years. But she was in the old BlackBerry and it came back. And so you have to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. So it's time to run. Take your money and run. Hopefully this helped you, good people. Like I said, always in closing, I want to say, hey, don't fall for any spam underneath. If it's a comment from me, my name should be in a gray box. All right. I'm never posting a number. No WhatsApp. And I'm not talking about Bitcoin. All right. That's these guys down there. That's spam. All right. As always, good people, if you're not rolling with me, like, subscribe, notification bell. Live, love, laugh, and learn. We'll see you next time. Peace.